You're probably getting destroyed by Van Dijk and FC24, but that's because you probably don't have MYM Rasmus Hojlund. Or is it true? Because today we'll be finding out if this card is wondrous, mid, or doo-doo, and if this card is worth it or not, and I'll be letting you know by the end of this video. But why should you listen to me? Well, I consistently get rank 1 and rank 2 on FUT Champion, so I believe I can help recommend you the best cards to use for you to enjoy and help you get more wins. For sure. So first I'll be talking about this card's stats, from price to physicalities. Then I'll be talking about the best ways to use this card to help perform the best for you if you decide to buy it. But before we get into anything at all, be sure to follow the Twitch, link in the description or link in the comments, to see me possibly get rank 1, my tactics, and my rewards. And also, if you need FUT coins, be sure to use code CV3 on U7Buy for 6% off. Link in the description or link in the comments for cheap and safe coins. So first, let's talk about his price. Now, the first game, I used him as a basic. So he had an acceleration type. At first, he was a controlled lengthy. And for me, I had some issues with the card that I'll let you know later on. But then in the second game, I put an engine on him to make him a controlled player. And there were some benefits and there were also some cons. When he was controlled, I liked his pace better for some reason. He was bursting through with tremendous pace. Lovely to see. When he was controlled lengthy, he felt a little bit more sluggish. The biggity that I don't like around here. Too sluggish, not for me. Now his dribbling ability. This is where we talk about the real biggity. When he was controlled lengthy, had no ability to twist and turn. All he could do was sluggishly turn and get tackled easily by the defense. And I did not like it. I was like, what are you doing? Move, Rasmus. But he didn't do it. So I almost wanted to throw him in the bin when I was using the controlled length. Made him controlled. He definitely can turn a little bit better, but trust me, he's not going to be the greatest dribbler for you. So if you need that striker that can twist and turn, dribble for you, there are definitely other biggities that can dribble better than him. For example, Romelu Lukaku can definitely dribble better than Hojlund from the way the card felt for me. Now his finishing and clinicality ability, for me, I ain't gonna lie, he was pretty good at it. When he was in the box and you hit the finesse like Messi, oh, top bin, back of the net easily. Outside the box, finesse like Messi. Green time, sometimes maybe it was me, I would put too much power and it hit the post, or the keeper would save it. It was still pretty good for the most part. I don't think he's really an outside the box scorer anyways. That's why I wasn't the best, but he still has the ability. But I like that he has the power shot, so you definitely need to use that because he was good with that. I hit the post a few times with it, but it's nice because it's super fast. Power shot plus. Clinicality ability, definitely not. Defense, give a damn about no damn defense. He's a striker. Now what about his passing ability? I mean, he's that hold up type of striker, the biggity striker, to where he's not going to really need to be the best passer, but he has the ability to pass. I didn't really see doo-doo passing ability from him. He was pretty good at it. The over the tops were pretty accurate, and his ground passing. Now physicality, that's what we're talking about. In the air, he was an aerial threat only because he is a very biggity player. He's very tall, so he would be an aerial threat. If you went against the aerial plus players or the aerials with regular don't come out, he would most likely lose still because he doesn't have aerial plus or any of the jumping ability play style. So there were times where he would get a sluggish header and all that stuff, but if he does get the header and you aim it correctly into the back of the net, you get me, because he got that 99 heading. Who's missing those? So if you ever see yourself going against a Julius Koundé, then smaller centre back, put it up in the air and leave it there, and he will power at it into the back of the net. Now that I've basically spoke about all of his stats and ability, let's talk about the best ways to use this card. Now for me, the best way to use this card is definitely to get in behind, because he has rapido plus with the quick step. So I say send in the through balls. There were times where as soon as he gets that little step on the defense, the defender, especially if there was a right back near him, a weak Puss in Boots card, he will body them, get past and in behind, and hit the finesse like Messi into the back of the net. Lovely. Then there's the aerial. If you go, like I said before, cross it in and try to win in the air. Another way to use this card is definitely use them power shots, chip it up, and try and green time the power shots to get in the back of the net, especially if your player likes to drop back and play drop back defense. You can also play a hold up play type of player, have his back to the defense, blast it into him, and since he has first touch play style, he can control the ball pretty well, and then you pass it to another winger or maybe the midfielder while using L1, so he can do a 1-2 and try and run in behind you, chip it over, and he can actually win the ball that way and hold off the defender that's trying to chase it. That's one of the ways I use them as well. But now it's the question, is this card wondrous, mid, or doo-doo? Now most of the time I say if these cards are wondrous, mid, or doo-doo based on my plays and what I use. I play with great biggities. I don't hit on all biggities. I play with great biggities. My favorite biggity being Aniki William. But for me, this card, will he make my FUT Champions Weekend League gameplay? He had his absolutely heavenly moments, and then he definitely had his doo-doo with a name on it moment. But I'ma say this, Rasmus Hojlund for me is midress, because I would enjoy to use the card going against decent players, but against super comp, I probably want him off on the bench. But for other people, he could enter that territory of wondrous because of the finesse like Messi, and depending on your playstyle. But also review this card Arda Güler, find out if he's wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. And I also went against the most toxic player in FC24. Find out what happened there. It was crazy. Adios.